Are you preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance exams? BYJU'S Exam Prep, CAT and MBA, your one-stop solution for all MBA exams related questions. Watch unique strategies to ace CAT, XAT, SNAP, IIFT, TISNET, CMAT and other important MBA entrance exams. Tips and tricks to boost score, subject-wise and chapter-wise sessions, previous year's questions, exam-related update and notifications, live exam analysis and actual questions discussion. So why wait? Subscribe to BYJU'S Exam Prep, CAT and MBA YouTube channel and press the bell icon to stay updated.
Hi guys, a very good evening to one and all, or should I say afternoon. I hope you all had a decent lunch. So my friends, today we're going to talk about one of the topics which has come quite often in this exam called MAHCET, and it belongs to the logical reasoning part of the exam. This particular thing is called as conditional coding or coding and decoding. Conditional coding, coding, decoding, basically the idea is the same. What you have is a coded message. The message could be a sentence, the message could be a single word. Okay, so they will basically give you a single word and they say this word is coded in some other in some other form. So this normally is an English word. Okay, this is the actual. And this is the code. And here it could be a mixture. It could be a combination of numbers, alphabets, or it could also be symbols. So it is basically a string of characters put together. String means nothing but a group of characters put together. So the characters could be alphabets, numbers, or any kind of a symbol. So what is the logic with which they are converting this actual English word into this kind of a code? That is the crux behind this topic called coding and decoding or conditional coding. So ideally what happens is you're supposed to observe the pattern, and once you get this pattern, so they'll give one or two things like this, one or two examples within the question itself. They'll say that, okay, the word sleep is coded as, then the word eating is coded as. So sometimes I can give two examples, sometimes I can give only one example, but the idea for you or what they want you to do with these examples in the question is identify the pattern. Once you get the patterns, then the question says, okay, in this same coding language, in the same process, if I have, let's say, play, how should this play be coded as? And if you identify the pattern, you should be able to apply that pattern to the word called play and get an answer. So here, the whole idea here in coding decoding is identifying the way in which they are coding. What is the pattern that is used? And we will see multiple questions which will give you different ideas about coding in today's particular class. Now, there is no such thing called as theory per se for this because it's at the end of the day, I can, like number series, letter series, there are infinite number of logical ways of forming a question. Similarly, coding can also be done in infinite ways, technically if you ask me. So there is no such thing called as me teaching theory for you. I have a bunch of questions and these questions have been created keeping in mind the type of mostly asked logic. So please remember, whenever we make questions, whenever we make these classes, we make questions based on what we expect to be most commonly asked. So based on that, we have picked up certain kind of codings, which we feel is important for you to understand and know. So that is what we're going to have as practice today. A total of 15 questions coming your way. Each question has a different logic behind it. So take note of the logic and try to kind of remember the logic that might be used. Okay. Very good evening, Vijay. Modi Sarkar. Sarkar bhai, again you come up with this Modi Sarkar name. This is the second time you're coming up with this name. Miss Chaudhary, hello. Okay, fine. Guys, so let's start off. I hope you have paper and pen beside you. So we are going to start off with our first question coming your way. So try to do this in about 90 seconds. So one thing before we move on, one caution for you. Guys, these topics, so one is your series, that is letter series, number series, other is coding decoding. these two, either you get the logic in about 60 seconds, or you will leave, or you should leave the question. Please don't make the mistake of sitting with this question for minutes together. Normally these kind of things, या आपको logic immediately flash हो जाएगा brain में, या 2 घंटे बैठने पे भी नहीं होगा. So the logic or the idea for attacking this kind of questions is try to do it 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Aya to aya. If you don't get the logic, if you don't get the idea behind it, leave it, move on to another question, get back to it if time permits, with a fresh mind, with a fresh idea. Don't go back thinking, what did I do last time that I did not get it? See, whatever you thought was not the right way of thinking. So the idea here is to go back. Go forward, do some other question, come back to this question with a completely different approach and see if it works. दो बार try किया, नहीं मिला, please leave it in the exam. You tried it twice, it did not work out for you, please leave it in the exam. These questions, you should not sit with them for hours together. Okay, good afternoon, Kajal. So guys, let's go ahead and start solving few questions. Now before we go ahead, a reminder, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. If you have not liked the video already, please do like it right now. And if you have not clicked on the bell icon, which is the notification icon, please do that, because MAHCET has been pushed to August. We have a lot of sessions for both CAT and MAHCET coming your way. Alright, so let's take a look at what happened in the last 3 to 4 years. So this is a number of questions that have come from coding, decoding or conditional coding kind of questions or kind of topics over the last 4 years. You can see on an average, you are looking at around 4 questions very easily. Okay, 4 questions on an average per year. The only exception was in 2019 where there were only 2 questions asked. Otherwise, it has always been 5 or 6, or rather 5. So going by this, I can also expect this year to be around 5. Last year, 6 was an exception. Usually they give, in fact, if you go back a little bit more, 2017 and all, you will see about 4 to 5 questions coming your way from this. So it is a decently important topic. Most importantly, it is easy. And it is not time consuming, because either you do it in 40 seconds or you leave it. ऐसे नहीं कि quadratic equation जैसे आप roots निकालते जाओगे फिर solve करते रहोगे. It's not that kind of a topic. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the first question. I hope you have your paper and pen ready. This is the first question coming your way. This is very easy. You should get this in about 30 seconds. Okay, so please try to do this. 30 seconds is what you will have. Post your answer. Can I have a water? Very simple idea. What has happened here is they've just reversed it. So MOLE, this ELOM is basically reverse of mole. So E came first, then, so if you look at it, reading it backwards, it is again MOLE, mole. So the logic, which is very straightforward, you can understand this very simply. It's one of the warm-up questions for you. It's very easy. So here the idea is reverse the word. That is the logic. So drive, reverse it, becomes EVIRD, which is there in your option number B, option 2. Right, so this is the warm-up, very easy question. Now next is slightly tricky, so take a look at it, understand the logic here. I'll give you 60 seconds for this. Try to get an answer in about 60 seconds. In fact, last question, a lot of you answered, that's very good. Jay, Anuja, Raj. Good, great. So all of you have got the answer. So try this now, 60 seconds. Sarkar, please take a look at it. Okay, Sarvesh, please don't copy paste the answer. Guys, all of you cannot make the same mistake. A is not correct. So Sarkar, Sarvesh, Raj, Sheetal, Sweetie Chaudhary, Shubham, all of you are typing looking at the above answers. Clearly, it is not correct. A is not correct. So, एक ने गलती कर दिया, बाकी सब वही गलती copy paste कर रहे हैं. So guys, be careful when you are copying. You should know that the person that you're copying from is doing the correct answer or giving the correct answer. Else, all of you will be getting the wrong answer. Very good. Football goal. Yeah, why don't you come with a better name? It's very difficult for me to address you as a football goal. Anyway, well, the correct answer again is B. So let us see what is the logic in this question. How is it different? So let's see what is happening here. CAMKFR. This is basically for your banker. In fact, banker. BANKER is coded as CAMKFR. So there are 2-3 ways. Now I'm not just going to give you the answer or the logic here. There are 2-3 checkpoints that you need to first understand. First, try to see if the number of letters are matching. Now, if the number of letters are not matching, then it usually means it is not a one letter to one letter conversion. Okay, it is not a one-to-one conversion. So usually I'm saying if the number of letters are matching, then it means each letter is changed. So you have to get the pattern from each letter. But there are also questions where 6 letters will be converted into only 4 letters. So there is something else. It is not letter to letter matching there. So first get the idea of is it a letter to letter matching or not. So here it seems to be. So when you are trying to look at letter to letter matching, then let's try to understand how are these letters, what is happening to each letter. So B became C. So C comes after B, so plus 1. B plus 1 is, next is C. But A did not change. Then let's continue. N became M. So here, see B and C come one after the other. N and M also come one after the other. But M comes before N. So it is minus 1. Then your K again is not changing. Your K has not changed again. Then you look at E and F. It is again plus 1. Then R is remaining the same. So can you see some pattern here? The pattern you can see is alternately the letters are remaining the same. Alternate letters, the second, fourth, sixth, they are not changing. Whereas the odd letters, first, third, fifth, they are changing. And how is the change happening? The change is increase once, then decrease, then again increase. So this looks like a pattern. Let me apply this to this word Indian and see if there is an answer possible or not. So Indian, I-N-D-I-A-N. Once again 6 letters. So second should come as it is, fourth should come as it is, and sixth should come as it is. Okay. Then what happens? I plus 1. So it should be J. D minus 1 should be C. A plus 1 should be B. So JNCIBN. JNCIBN is your option number B. So this is your correct answer. So when you are not able to understand what is the logic, first ascertain the fact whether it's a one-to-one mapping or not. Okay, otherwise you might be thinking completely in the wrong way. So this is one way of looking at it. Okay. Alright guys, let's move on. This is the second question done. Let's move on to question number 3. This is again a good question. I'll give you around 60 seconds to solve this. Try to see if you can get the correct answer in this. This time, please don't copy from the first person who answers. Okay? Okay, that's 1 minute up. Looks like none of you got the logic, and I will not blame you guys for not getting it because it's actually not an easy question. The logic is a bit peculiar. So understand that this kind of questions can also come. So the logic here is these numbers somehow are connected. If you notice, 15, which alphabet is 15th in position in your A to Z? Remember, your A is 1, B is 2, like this. If you do, Z is your 26. So which letter is 15? You will notice that the 15th letter is O. Similarly, if you look at 6th, if you look at which letter is 6th, A, B, C, D, E, F, but if you notice, F is not there. Okay, F is not there. So then I cannot just say that, okay, I am getting the letter of the middle one or something like this. So is there something else which is happening here? Then you will notice that 6 basically is 1 plus 5. Now A is 1 and E is 5. Now you have to understand, and they gave 3 things because here the logic is a little bit complicated. You need more examples. So they have given you 3 things. Look at this 35. Now can you see what is common among O, A and E? Why am I not looking at P, P and L? Why are the P's and L's not looked at or not added? Similarly, why is only O looked at here? Why not S, T, R and M? Can somebody tell me what is common between this, or rather among O, A and E? What is common? What is the logic that is connecting these 3 letters? O, A and E. Anyone? Very good. Makaran Nayak says vowels. Perfect. That is the logic. So what they are doing is they are catching hold of only the vowels and adding the place value of the vowels. Which means, try to apply this to this. I and U and E. So what is the place value of I? Place value of I is 9. Place value of U, T is 25 I believe. T is 25, so this will be 26. E is 5. So add this up. So this is not 26. Sorry, what am I saying? U is 20. I mean O is 20, I believe. O, P, Q, R, S, T is 25. U, this is 21. Okay, so 21 plus 9 is 30. 30 plus 5 is 35. So the logic kind of is connecting now. Then look at the alphabets which are vowels in this cupboard. So you have U, you have O, you have A. So U is 21, O is I think 15 and A is 1. So the total should be 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, which is your option number B. Okay, so the logic here, again, this is a very peculiar logic, not very commonly found, but yes, like this I can have infinite number of ways of creating a question. So if you find numbers, usually numbers means you are associating something to do with the place values of the alphabets. Which alphabets? That is what you need to think of. Okay, so that's the logic in this. Now, before we move on, it makes sense for you to learn this. See, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, like this. If you already remember all the place values, good for you. If you don't remember these place values, please don't by heart all 26. Remember only this E, J, O, T, Y. Remember these 5. Okay, E is place value 5, J is place value 10, O is place value 15, T is place value 20, Y is place value 25. Now why am I asking you to remember this EJOTY, E-J-O-T-Y is basically anything else I have, I can quickly, if I say I want M, look at where there's M come, L, M, N, O. So I, J, so I'll start counting from J. So J, K, L, M, 3 letters after J. So K, L, M, so M should be 13. Okay, so if I want X, where does X come? W, X, Y, Z. So X comes just before Y, X, Y. So X will become 24. So you don't have to by heart everything, but just remember these. EJOTY, just remember this EJOTY. You don't even have to remember the place values. EJOTY are multiples of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's it. So then very quickly you'll save a lot of time, because otherwise you'll have to keep doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that will be unnecessary waste of time. Okay, so remember this EJOTY 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You will quickly get whatever you want. Okay, let's move on. Next question. This is a good one. Try this. I'll give you another 60 seconds. The time starts now. Okay, Sakshi, I will not say whether you're right or wrong. So let me wait for 60 seconds, then I'll tell whether you're right or wrong. Let others also post their answers. Alright, so 1 minute is up. The correct answer is option B. Now if you observe this question clearly, if you notice, OR is here, OR, but in the reverse order. AB is again here, BA, but in the reverse order. LB is again here, BL, reverse order. The problem is middle ones. Basically what they are saying is the middle letters are taken as pairs and reversed. So you have P, R, O, B, A, B, L, E. So this R is interchanged with O. So you have OR coming here. These two are interchanged. So you have AB coming here. These two are interchanged, which you have LB coming here. Now, what happens to this E and O, P? So P is becoming O and E is becoming F. What is the logic? You will see that P is just after O. So OP, so this is -1. So P -1 is O, whereas E +1 is F. So the logic is first and last are pushed back or pushed forward by one letter, whereas in between letters are just interchanged. The pairs are interchanged. That should be the logic. So if you look at telegram, TELEGRAM. So M should be increased by M1. So M, then comes your N. Whereas T, what comes before T? ST. So this before T is S. Then EL should be interchanged, LE. EG will become GE. RA will become AR. So SLEGEAR, SLEGEAR, and then N, which is your option number B. So here the logic is not consistent throughout. First and last are following a particular pattern. In between they are following a different pattern. But the pattern recognition is the important part. So remember, all these are different kinds of questions that have actually come previously, or they have come in other exams. And these are quite interesting. These are quite, questions which are peculiar, which is not easy for you to decipher in the exam. So easy ones anybody can do. So I'm not picking up those easy ones except for the first reverse easy question that I gave. All of the other questions are a bit, typically not easily found everywhere. So I'm picking up these kind of questions so that at least you'll be able to remember these, at least these different way of thinking also when you get across these kind of questions. Okay, so this is the logic here. Now look at this question, and this is actually the most difficult question of all these 5 that I've come across. I'll give you 90 seconds to think about this, 1.5 minutes. Again, giving you 3 minutes or 5 minutes also doesn't matter. Agar aapko answer nahi aaya in the first 60 seconds, usually 90 seconds, 2 minutes maybe nahi aayega. But anyway, try it out for 90 seconds. Let's see what happens. Time starts now. Sonali, yes, some of them are previous year questions. Some of them are previous year questions. Sarkar, I can tell you that is not the correct answer. One of the 4 options is correct. E is not correct. So think of the logic. Saurabh, what is the logic? What is the logic that you have used, Saurabh? Shriyansh, what is the logic? Okay, so that's about 90 seconds. Let's take a look at what is happening here. First, observe that you have a word and a number, 88. You have another word and another number. Now, 79 is a prime number. So, if you're thinking of some multiplications, then the problem is sparrow is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lettered word, and 7 is not a multiple of 79. So you're not talking about multiplying something there with the number of letters. That idea is ruled out. What else can you look at? It could be the addition of letters. So let's try to do that also. So you have D. D is 4. Remember Ejoty, E-J-O-T-Y. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So O is 15. N. L, M, N, O. So N should be 14 because it comes just before O. Then your K, J, K. So K comes after J. So that is 11. E is 5 and Y is 25. So what is the total here? 25 plus 5, 30. 30 plus 11, 41. 41 plus 14, 51, 55. 55 plus 15, 60, 70. 70 plus 4 is 74. But you have got 88 here. So 74 is not good enough. 74 is not good enough because it's not just the sum of the alphabets. What else could I do? So this is where the question becomes difficult. The idea should strike to you that I am not just looking at the sum of these, but I am looking at the sum of the mirror images from the end. What do you mean by mirror images from the end? Remember, A's mirror image is Z from the end. Positional value 1 here, so last is Z. B's positional value there is Y. So similarly, if you look at D, what comes, D is 4. So D is 4 means you're looking at skipping 3, then the 4th one. So skip 3 here, X, Y, Z. So W. So can you look at the mirror images now? So the idea here is understanding that there are mirror images possible. And the sum of mirror images also can be taken. Okay, so if you look at D is 4, what is the place of W? W will be 23 then. Okay, so similarly O, what is the mirror image of O? It's a very simple trick. Don't go counting from behind or forward. O place value is 10 or rather 15. So what you do is you take 26 minus the place value 15 plus 1. This is the fastest way of getting your answer. Okay, so 26 minus 15 plus 1. Similarly, if you look at 14 will be, place value will be 26 minus 14 plus 1. Similarly, if you look at 4 will be 26 minus 4 plus 1. So 4, 15, 14, then 11, 26 minus 11 plus 1. 26 minus 5 plus 1. Similarly, if you look at the last part, this will be 26 minus 25 plus 1. Okay, because the last one is Y. So the place value of Y is 25. So from the beginning it should be the second. So 26 minus 25 is 1 plus 1 is 2. So this should be your matching if matching to 88. Is it matching to 88? Just take a quick look at it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6 plus we already did the total of this. This was how much did we get? 6 minus 70, how much was that? 74 I guess. 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 70, 74. And then 26, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26 into 6. Is this adding up to 88? So let's do a quick check. 26 into 6, 6 6 are 36, 3, 6 2 is 12, 156 minus 74, it is 2 and 7, so this is 82. 82 plus 6 is 88. Yes, it is matching. Yeah, so that's what Dharmi Thakkar, that's what I'm saying. Either you take 27 minus or 26 minus something plus 1. Yeah, 27 को मैं 26 plus 1 लिखा, ठीक है? So the logic here is, look at the mirror images. So sparrow you can check, it will work out in the same way. So let's quickly do the check for sparrow then. SPARROW. So S, so again remember EJOTY, EJOTY. So ST, so this is 20, this is 20, right? So S should be 19. P, LMNO, after O comes P, so O is 15, so this should be 16. A is 1. R, RST, so this should be 18. 18. Then O is 15. WXYZ, so STUVWXY, UVW, so 23. Okay, WXYZ, there are 3 more left. So this is the place value, or these are the place values of what you have in Sparrow. But we don't want the place value of Sparrow, we want the place value of the mirror images of these. So basically you take 26 minus the sum of all of them, or rather 27 into, how many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 into 27 minus the place value sum of all of them. So 27 to 7 is 140 plus 7 7s are 49. So 189 minus, what is the sum of this? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 78, 86, 94, 94, 100, 109, 110, which is 79, which is matching. So we have established the fact that the logic of ours is correct. Now do the same thing for P. It's not pigeon also, spelling is correct. PEGION. Okay, so what is the place value of this P? LMNO, then comes P. So this is 16. E is 5. EFG. So G should be 7. I should be 9. O should be 15. And LMNO. So N should be 14. So what I need is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. So 6 into 27 minus the sum of them. So sum of them here is 16 plus 5, 21, 21 plus 9. 21 plus 9 is 30, 30 plus 7, 37, 37 plus 15, 47 plus 5, 52, 52 plus 14, 66. This should be your answer. So 27 into 6, 6 7s are 42, 4, 6 2s are 12, plus 4 is 162 minus 66. So this will give you 96 as your answer, which is your option number B. So remember, the idea here is it's not always addition of the letters per se. Sometimes I can take it one step forward, I can reverse it, or rather find the mirror images of them and then take the addition also. That is also possible. So keep these few things in mind. So till these 5 questions we have done individual questions. Now what we'll do is move on to a set based question. So a set based questions come to you like this with instructions. So 6 to 10 will be having the same set of instructions. And once you crack the code, your answer will be in front of you. So before going on to the questions, I'll give you around 3 minutes. I'll give you 3 minutes to understand the code here. What is the code? And try to get the logic. Once you get the logic, the remaining will be very easy. Okay, so try to spend 3 minutes and get the logic for this. Your time starts now. So there's nothing to give me the answer. Tell me the logic, okay? That's your task. 3 minutes, your time has started now. Okay, Swagat, please hold on. Don't put it out right now. Wait for at least 2 minutes. I'll ask you. Once I ask, start putting in the logic that you got. Okay, guys, if you got the logic, please hold on. Please don't put it so that others can see and copy paste. Okay, 2 minutes are up. Last 30 seconds. Okay, so 3 minutes are up. I have got only one answer. Anybody else who's got the answer but not posted yet? Anyone? So let's observe what is the way to tackle this. So firstly, you can see that there is 3-lettered word, 5-lettered word, so different letter words are there, and you have everywhere a homogeneous letter over here. So you have 2 letters and 1 number. So everywhere there are 2 letters and 1 number, which means, and how many do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4 and you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly 1, 2, 3, 4 and you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So where the number of words here, the codes here is equal to the number of words that are given. So it is a word to word mapping. That's the first thing that you have to get. Okay? Word to word mapping. And once you understand it's a word to word mapping, you will realize that it is not directly related like this. It is not directly related like this. In fact, you can see this is a 3-lettered word, this is a 6-lettered word, 2-lettered word and 4-lettered word, whereas the numbers are 1, 3, 2 and 5. So in fact, the relationship is 3 minus 1 is 2, 6 minus 1 is 5, 2 minus 1 is 1 and 4 minus 1 is 3. So you can see that the logic used for getting the letters, or rather getting the numbers, is the number of letters minus 1. The number of letters minus 1. However, they did not do it directly. So if it is direct, it would have been very easy for you to identify. Had they given it in the same order, so to this, had it been something like O to T, then R, 5C and so on and so forth, you would have directly said, okay, this and this are linked. But they have jumbled the series or the sequence of the codes. That's okay. That's usually what happens. But the logic is, yeah, the number of letters minus 1 is the number. But then, which means this 1 should be linked to this 2. So is, or rather if I write it here, your is coded as S1 and I. Now I got the magic or the logic for 1. What about this S and I? And you can see that S and I interchanged is SI. I as is interchanges SI. But then what about this B3D? So this should be coming from my dumb, DUMB. So because of this 3 or rather 4 letters, you got your 3. That's understood. But how am I getting this B and D? And you can notice that the first and the last letters are reversed. So your D is coming here, your B is coming here and your D is coming here. So the logic for creation of this question is, any word you have, take only the first and the last letters and swap them. And in between these 2 letters, after swapping, write the number which is equal to the number of letters of the word minus 1. So if you want to write this or check this out, look at this coded, sorry, not coded, what is that? Solve, S-O-L-V-E. First of all, there are 5 letters in it, which means the number should be 4. And E should come first and S should go last. So E4S must be here. Yes, E4S is there. That is the logic. Once you crack this, the remaining will be dead easy. So let's take a look at the next question. The question actually over here. EGO coded in the given language. So EGO should be 3, O and E over. So O3E is your, sorry, O2E is your option C, because there are 3 letters, so this should be 2. Okay, if you look at the next question, achieve. So the remaining will be very, very easy. This is a set based question. in a set-based question, even if you spend 3 minutes, it is not really, it's not really problematic, because those 3 minutes will crack the next 5 questions within seconds. That is the advantage. अगर set है, तो अगर आपको लग रहा है कि you're almost there, I would say spend even 4 minutes is fine, provided you know you're just about to get the answer. Yes, Aniket, coding कहते हैं इसको. So achieve is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should be 6, E and A. So E6A, where is that? E6A is your option C. Next is knowledge. Knowledge is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8, E and K. So E8K is your option A. All these are easy. Next is great. Great is a 5-lettered word, so 4TG. So T for G. T for G is B. Right? And then this last in this set, beside. Beside is again 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5, E and B. So E5B is your C. So these are dead easy questions once you crack the set. So I would always recommend, अगर आपके पास 5 individual questions हैं for coding decoding and you have a set of 5, I would always recommend go for the set. क्योंकि अगर आप 3 मिनट में set crack कर लिया ना, बाकी 5 questions in 1 minute you'll finish them off. So within 4 to 5 minutes you'll get all 5. Whereas if you're looking at individual 5 questions, then you'll have to think of 5 different patterns. और ये guarantee नहीं है कि पांचों आपके दिमाग में आ जाएंगे. So be careful about how you choose your questions. Alright, let's look at the last set that I have. Once again, a set-based question over here. Look at this. This is a different model here. Again, understand what is, so try to decipher what is happening in this. I'll once again give you 3 minutes for this question. Okay, your time starts now. Sheikh Ishar says Chinese coding. Yeah, Chinese से Japanese से फर्क क्या पड़ेगा? Try to understand the logic. Yes, Aniket, I understand. This is just the question, but understand, get the logic. उसके बाद मैं questions दूंगा आपको. Like in the previous set, I'm giving you 3 minutes to first get the logic. How are they connected? Questions will come later. Right, Aniket? That's 2 minutes up. Last 1 minute. Nice, Dharmi. Please hold on. Last 30 seconds. Alright, so guys, that's 3 minutes up. Now, I hope you guys, at least some of you got the logic here, and this is very, very famous. Okay, this type of question, not this question per se, but ये model का question जो है काफी famous है, बहुत सारे exam में आ चुका है और आएगा भी in the future. So what is the logic here? And this is very famous, very well-known logic. The logic is, so there is no way in which I can get this mission into an LC or JC or TC or SC. So the question here is not about mission will become what two letters. That is already, think of it like this. Every letter, every word here is mapped to one of the four here. We don't have to worry about how the big letter or big word is becoming a two-lettered word. वो कैसे हो रहा है? That's not our concern. The concern is how is it mapped? What is mapped? Okay, so by some logic they are saying mission, paint, need, paper is converted into these two-letter words. So we are not bothered about trying to figure out how will this mission be equal to a two-letter word. But what we are worried about is, can I map what is my mission? Which two-letter word is assigned to my mission? And for doing that, the logic, and this is what you need to remember, is catch hold of any two sentences which have only one word in common. Catch hold of any two sentences which has only one word in common. If you observe carefully, you can take these two. If you look at the last two sentences, waste and waste, these are the only two common words. Then by that logic, there should only be one common code. So what is the common code between these two? So you can see or and or. That is the only common. So we will see that waste is or. Waste has to be or. Clear? That is the logic. Then again, now looking at two sentences where again only one thing is common. Is there something which is, which two sentences can I take where only one word is common? So let me see, what can I take? Safety, paint, paper, mission, paint, sample, waste. So let me take these two, second and third. What is common? The word paint is common, paint and paint. Right? Paper is not there in both, safety is not there in both, only paint is there in both. So if paint is the only thing which is there in both, it means my code should also have only one letter common. So which code is common between the two? So SC and SC, which means your paint is SC. Your paint is SC. So this is the logic with which you are supposed to start associating the code words with your alphabet. So if you ask me, sir, paint SC का logic क्या है? I don't know. That is directly given in the question. My job is not to see how paint will give me SC. So in this question, if I ask you, what will, let's say, a word which is not there here at all, let's say birth. Birth word is not there in this entire system. If you ask me how will birth be coded, I will not know, because the logic for converting word to code is not known. We are just mapping word and code by looking at the commonalities. That is the peculiarity of this problem. Okay. So if you continue your journey here, where are we? Yes. So then what can we look at? First and second, if you look at it. Now if you notice, paint and paper are common, but paint we already know. Paint is SC. So if you look at it, SC is gone, already gone, because that is being given away to paint. So what else is common? Now only TC is common, which means paper should be TC. Paper should be TC. Now if you look at first and third, the only common thing is mission. Okay, because paint is already gone. So the only thing now left out is mission. So what else is common? So TA should, sorry, not TA, my bad. Yeah, so mission mein kya, what else is left? JC. JC is common, which is left. So your mission should be JC, JC. If mission is, so here if you look at the third one, mission is gone, paint is gone, waste is gone. So no should be sample. Sample should be no. So like this you will get everything associated. Some of them might not be possible also. We'll take a look. Warm. Can warm be figured out? Warm or sale? Sale kahin aur hai? Nahi hai. So if you notice, warm and sale, you cannot say which is what. VU or RU, two things are left out. लेकिन ये दोनों में से आपको पता नहीं है कि sale कौन सा है, warm कौन सा है. Okay. TC is done. Okay, mission. Oh, it's a JC, no, TC. Yeah, TC. Okay, fine. This is TC. Mission is TC, not JC. My bad. Is it JC or TC? Okay, no is gone. Waste. Waste was or. Okay. No हो गया, और हो गया, SC हो गया. नहीं, ये तो JC तो है. This is right. This is JC only, right? Mission is JC. JC. Which means need will be LC. Okay, so this is fully done. So TA will be SC safety. Safety will not be there. Okay, safety. Yes, so safety will be TA. So safety is TA, SC is, what was the SC? Paint is SC, TC ho gaya TA. So you got almost everything except the last two. These two cannot be figured out. Okay, so paper is TC. Yes, paper is TC. Paper is your TC. So yeah, you can make this entire list. That's the logic. Once this is done, then you'll get your answer. What is the code word for need? The code word for need is LC. Okay, LC, option D. What is the code word for paint? So the code word for paint we just saw is supposed to be what? Paint kahan hai? Yeah, paint is SC. Okay. Then if you look at what is the code word for paper? Paper was PC. PC is not there. Was it PC or TC? Ah, yeah, this is TC. Yeah, paper is TC. Okay, so your paper is TC. That is option number B. Then you have 14. What could be the code word for waste, safety, and sample? So look at what are the three codes associated. Waste ka pata hai, waste. Waste is what? Where is waste? Waste. Yeah, waste is or. Then you have safety. What are the three words? Waste, sample, safety. So sample is no, and safety. Safety kahan hai? Safety is TA. So or, no, TA. So these are the three things that should be or, no, TA. Or, no, TA. Yes, option C. That's your answer. So here the order can change. The code order can change. Keep that in mind. And the last one, which of the following is coded as VU? Now if you remember, the last thing when we saw VU or RU, we cannot say which is what? Warm and sale. It could be anything. Hence the answer for this 15th question is cannot be determined. Okay, the answer here is cannot be determined. Right, so guys, this brings us to the end of our session. I hope you enjoyed this particular coding decoding. I hope you got some takeaway from this, certain new way in which questions can be framed or formed, certain important parts that we have seen. So once again guys, I will catch you in the next session of MAHCET. If you liked this session, please do not forget to click on the like button. Thank you and see you in the next one. All the best till then.